Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the National Internship Week webinar hosted today by Aldi. So we have got a jam-packed agenda ahead of us, but what we wanted to do was start by making some very brief introductions to your presenters for today. So today on the call, you have myself, Tammy, and I'm the HR team leader. So within Aldi, I look after 7 HR assistants. And together we cover the recruitment for all of Aldi's store operations management roles. So that is everything from assistant store manager up to area manager. And obviously the reason for the webinar today, we also look after all of our industrial placement roles as well. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Jess to do a brief introduction.
Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I am Jess, one of the HR assistants that sits underneath Tammy. I support with all of the recruitment for both our salaried management roles, so the likes of our store managers, assistant store managers, but I also lead on the recruitment for our graduate and placement positions as well. Been with the company for about 2.5 years now and absolutely love it. But that's a little bit about me, and I'll hand back to Tammy now to continue on.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jess. Okay, so just to explain a little bit more about myself and Jess, I suppose, and where the Aldi recruitment team are based. So the Aldi recruitment team manage the end-to-end process of every application received. So that's for all of our graduate, career changer area manager roles and all of our retail management and head office placement roles too. And we cover recruitment across the whole of Great Britain. The recruitment teams are based within our Atherstone head office and our Bolton regional office, where we focus on all elements of the employee life cycle. So we cover everything from attraction, recruitment, training, internal colleague career progression, health and wellbeing benefits for all of our 45,000 colleagues. So 2 really, really busy, packed departments. During the time with you this afternoon, we aim to provide you with an overview of Aldi, our placement opportunities, and what makes us an award-winning employer. We'll even give you some insider information. We want to share some hints and tips on how to apply and also what to expect during our recruitment process. Finally, we'll end with our time together to cover any questions that drop into the question and chat function. So please feel free to make the use of that as we progress, and please drop any questions in. Then we will do our best to get as many, if not all, answered before our time finishes today. And we aim, like I say, we aim to answer as many as possible and give you as much guidance throughout. Okay, so on to our first slide. So why join Team Aldi on one of our placements? I'm going to give you some of the reasons why Aldi really does mean more. Aldi is one of Britain's fastest growing supermarkets with more than 1,000 stores and over 45,000 colleagues. Our supermarket believes in making every day amazing and delivering the best possible value for millions of families throughout the UK and Ireland. At Aldi, we know our success has only been possible thanks to our amazing colleagues, which is why our staff benefits span across discounts on gym memberships, cinema tickets, and holidays, as well as fantastic salaries. We offer a lot of wellbeing perks and also secondment opportunities throughout the business. We understand that amazing doesn't happen overnight, and this is why we are making changes to be greener, fairer, and healthier every day. So, from sourcing sustainable produce, reducing our plastic and packaging waste, working with amazing charities such as our partnership with the Teenage Cancer Trust, and also our partnership with Team GB and the Paralympics GB, we aim to ensure that we are constantly working to make these changes every day. Our credentials really do speak for themselves, and we are really proud to have been awarded Employer of the Year at the Grocer Gold Awards for 2 years running. So that was in 2022 and 2023. We've been placed in the Best 100 Student Employers for Rate My Placements Top 100 Award, as well as being constantly placed in the Times Top 100 Graduate Employers. So I'm now going to play with you a clip just so you can hear some more from our previous placement students. So I will just access the video and share this with you now.
What stood out for me on the First day of Aldi was how welcoming everyone was.
How lovely the people were. Everyone was very approachable. As soon as you entered the office, everyone wants to meet you, everyone wants to find out what your name is.
I was made to feel like a member of the team already.
What attracted me to the role at Aldi was that it wasn't a desk job, not 9 to 5. You're exposed to a huge variety of the business and it's all working with people.
Joining this department gave me a great opportunity to understand how larger organisations operate in practice.
The projects are very exciting, so you know you're making that extra bit of difference to the business if you can make something slightly more efficient or spot a problem or spot something which could operate slightly better.
My favourite part of the role is being able to be exposed to things that I've never worked on before and kind of experiencing these new challenges.
Working in store is great. It's a great environment to be in. It's incredibly fast-paced and hands-on, which is definitely what drew me to the role in the very beginning.
Being able to work with different individuals was a great opportunity for me to expand and a great honour as well.
You get loads of exposure to responsibility. It's great to work alongside a really experienced team. You learn so much from them.
One thing you notice throughout the year is the support, the continuous support you get from your colleagues and your team as well.
They want you to learn, they want you to develop, because ultimately that benefits everyone really and the company itself.
I've changed a lot, I've matured a lot, my confidence has definitely grown.
All of my soft skills, but also communication, the way I work with my colleagues.
I feel like one of the biggest things that I've improved on is my confidence. But then further than that, just a general awareness of business and like working inside of an office is something that I've really improved on.
And I feel like I've got a huge opportunity within Aldi.
Perfect. Okay. So what will you need to apply for Aldi's placement programmes? You'll be working towards a 2-1 undergraduate degree across any discipline. Have 96 UCAS points or 63 Scottish Highers or equivalent from your top 3 A-levels, Highers or international qualifications. Hold a full UK driving licence and have access to a car. Have the right to work in the UK and be ready to take on any challenge, as we are looking for individuals who use initiative and always strive for smarter and simpler ways of doing things. We're a cost-saving business and we're always looking for ways to improve our efficiencies. Please note that our placement programmes are for university students currently studying towards an undergraduate degree who are seeking a placement between their second and third years of studies. Okay, so a year in the industry is a great way to see how a company works, but our retail management placement programme provides so much more. Over the year, you'll experience real responsibility. In fact, fast rotations across store and office environments will give you a snapshot of our business and the skills that you need to succeed. So during your placement, some of the key areas of your responsibility will include rolling up your sleeves and seeing exactly what happens in our stores, from stacking shelves to serving customers. Shadowing store managers and experiencing their challenging, rewarding and stimulating role. It's about learning to lead a successful team and creating an environment where people really feel motivated. Taking on the role of an operational assistant store manager yourself, this will be your time to really develop your managerial skills. You'll be learning everything from streamlining distribution to vehicle tracking and routing, as head office and logistics is an invaluable part of your training. And you'll be collaborating on project briefs to improve areas across trading and logistics. And here you can see your work have a long-lasting impact on our regional or even national decisions that are being made. As well as our retail management placement programme, we also have some national opportunities that are based within our Atherstone head office. So the Aldi's head office is based within the Midlands, and it's a fast-moving, dynamic, open-plan environment that houses over 1,400 colleagues. Everything that happens within our head office drives the stores and logistics side of the business. So the business depends on the actions and decisions made at head office. So it's a place where you're trusted to think for yourself and take complete ownership over your role. Located in Atherstone, Aldi recruit for placement students to join their national departments, with current opportunities specialising in buying, supply chain, and sustainability. We know just how challenging a programme like this is, which is why we'll reward you generously for it. On top of the amazing benefits, you'll receive a salary of £26,390 for the 12 months that you spend with us, and you'll have the opportunity for flexible working hours. So if you're interested in brushing shoulders with our CEO, Giles Hurley, head office placements available. You can visit our website for more information on how to apply. So why join our placement programs? Well, the responsibility and the exposure, the training, and yes, the salary. But the top of your list really should be the opportunity to get involved, give more, and get even more back. You'll see displayed on screen, we offer rewarding and varied benefits package that ranges from the £26,390 salary for the 12 months that you spend with us, 4 weeks holiday allowance plus your bank holidays, discounts on gym memberships, cinema tickets, and much more. And we have an excellent wellbeing program and access to the My Benefits platform. Okay, I'm now going to move on to play a second video clip with you all. And this is from a colleague who has recently completed our retail management placement program.
My name is Emily and I'm a retail management placement student at Aldi. I am in the later stages of my placement programme at the minute. So at the beginning of the placement I completed 6 months of store time, where you do 4 weeks of store assistant training, and then you do your deputy store manager training, and then onto your assistant store manager training. And then you come out of store around Christmas time, and then I pursued my project work, which has meant that I've had to work out of head office, which has been really exciting, and I'm now 3 to 4 weeks from the end of finishing my placement year. The most enjoyable part of store time was working with the incredible employees that Aldi have. They're so hardworking, so determined to offer our customers such an incredible shopping experience. It's allowed me to develop amazing communication skills. I've been able to lead a team effectively in store. One of the whole reasons why I chose to do my placement with Aldi is because of the extensive experience you're exposed to. It's really a variety of all sorts of business avenues and management styles. I would advise anyone to join Aldi on the placement scheme simply because of the amazing people that work for Aldi. I feel like a new individual. I feel like a different person compared to the person that started with Aldi. I feel like I've really matured and developed professionalism, organisation, leadership skills, everything that will help me to become a successful leader that I hope to become in the future.
Fantastic. I hope that in hearing from Emily has given you a little bit more insight into the role of the retail management placement program. I'm now going to hand you over to Jess, who will talk you through the application process, share some useful hints and tips to support your application, and also talk you through the full recruitment process so you know exactly what to expect at each stage.
All right, amazing. Thank you for that. So yeah, let's get into the application process then. So the application process for our placement programs are made up of 4 stages, as you can see displayed on the screen in front of you. First stage being our online application. So our open-ended questions in the application form will absolutely allow you to tell us everything you know about Aldi and really why you want to join us on a placement program and work with our amazing team. We're going to ask you a whole variety of questions about what motivates and inspires you, and you can use examples from anything in your life, including hobbies, societies, and employment. There's lots to get in here, so absolutely no need to rush. I would just say make sure you read through it thoroughly and even get someone else to proofread it for you as well. Second stage then, if you are successful at the online application, you'll be moved on to a video interview. Now, first impressions absolutely go a long way. So think about where you want to record your video and how you want to present yourself. Make sure that your answers relate to the question that appears on the screen, but say something as well that we will remember. Our team do watch a lot of these video interviews, so try and stand out from the crowd at this stage. If you're successful at video interview, you will be moved on to a group assessment. Now, depending on which role you apply for, majority of our assessments are currently being held virtually. So, albeit it might not be face-to-face, it's still really important to prepare. So think about how you want to present yourself and how you want to engage with your assessor as well. Make sure to get your knowledge of the company across, but also give the other candidates the opportunity to showcase their skills as well. At this stage, we're looking for leaders, but you also need to be able to work well with a variety of different people in a team. So if you're successful, this will be a really big part of your role. So really show us that you can do this. Now, for our head office programs, as I was mentioning, we do actually hold these in person, our group assessments for this stage, with final interviews for successful candidates being held on the same day as well. And then finally, if you are progressed onto the final stage of the process, that will be a final interview with some of our directors of the business. So if you're applying for a retail management placement, it will be our managing directors of the region. And otherwise, if it's a head office placement, it will be a director of our national departments. They will focus on 3 key areas in this assessment. So yourself, so focus on all areas of your life, not just work. The second key area being able to talk about Aldi. So I would just say for that part, really do your research. And we want to see your drive and passion for our business within that as well. Thirdly, we're looking for you to demonstrate certain competencies. So for example, leadership and teamwork as well. Now I'm going to move on to talk to you a little bit about some hints and tips, I suppose, that we've got for applying to a placement position with us. So personality, being the first one, it goes a long way. So first impressions at any stage, whether it be video interview, group assessment, final interview, those impressions go a long way. We receive a lot of applications to our programs each year, so you will need to stand out from the crowd. Think outside the box with your examples and really try and let that personality shine through. Proofread and practice. So I know I've already mentioned, especially on your application form, check your work. There's no time limit on the online application, so ensure that you take your time and think of the best answers that you possibly can. Get family, friends to proofread your application. As I said, first impressions go a long way, and this is your first impression to the business. There is also an opportunity to practice your video interview stage to ensure you use these. So utilize that practice option before you do the real thing. Leadership and teamwork. So to be successful during your role, you will need to be able to lead by example and work well within teams. Our Aldi stores are successful due to the excellent teamwork we encourage, as well as the high standards that, of course, we set. So ahead of your application, think of maybe some strong examples, which you feel you can demonstrate in this. Try and be structured with your answers as well. Within your role, you will have to roll up your sleeves and work together. So it's really important to have that in the back of your mind when completing your any assessment stage. Research Aldi. So absolutely do your research. We do recommend visiting Aldi stores before doing any Aldi application stage. Make sure to do your research of Aldi and of our business model. Now, our website is absolutely a great starting point. We've got lots of information on there for you to read and to watch. We've also got the digital placement brochure, and we suggest reading these in lots of detail to really understand what will be expected of you during your placement with us. Now, the Grocer is also a really good publication to have a look at. There's lots of articles on there about Aldi, but also on our competitors as well and the wider retail market. Take note of any questions as well that you might have whilst doing your research, as there's always going to be an opportunity to ask these if you're successful to the assessment stage or the final interview stage as well. Now, resilience is a big one. To be a successful placement candidate, you will absolutely need to be able to move on quickly from setbacks and be adaptable to change, especially in a fast-paced, ever-changing environment. So think of some strong examples which you really feel that you can demonstrate this particular skill. Punctuality is a big one. Be punctual and dress professionally to assessment stages. If you are successful in attending assessment or final interview, I would just say, get yourself logged on a little bit earlier, check your camera, check your audio, and final interviews, if they are in person, give yourself plenty of time to get there, check the location, and even potentially do a practice journey if you have the time and availability as well. Okay, so I'm going to move on now just to talk a little bit more about the group assessment structure and for our placement program and kind of what us as assessors are looking for at that point. So the group assessment structure is kind of set in 2 parts. So part 1, we're going to go through some introductions. So I will talk through as an assessor myself, and I will ask the rest of the group to do the same. So they'll go around complete introductions. Once introductions are complete, we will go into the first activity, which will be an Aldi store walk presentation. So you'll be asked to pre-prepare that ahead of completing your assessment. So all details of that will be on an email for you ahead of your group assessment. We're then going to take a short break. So that will be just after part 1. So ahead of part 2, you will have sort of 5 to 10 minutes to sort of forget about the assessment for a little bit, have a breather, so you're relaxed and you're ready to go for part 2 of the assessment. And then the second half of the assessment will be sort of an individual task that will then lead you into a group discussion between yourself and the rest of the candidates on the call with you. And once that activity is complete, the assessor then will provide some information about next steps in the process, and there will absolutely be some time for you to ask questions, whether it be about the role, the recruitment process, and even Aldi as a business as well, if it's not already been covered in the assessment so far. Okay. Now, the role of Aldi assessors, as Aldi assessors, we do have a lot of responsibilities throughout the assessment to ensure that you've got a positive, inclusive and fair experience throughout the time that you're with us. So Aldi assessors assess each of you individually, not just as a group, and they do this by assessing against the core competencies of the role. Reasonable adjustments will absolutely be discussed with candidates if they have requested any, and they will always use their discretion when dealing with any reasonable adjustments during assessment stages. Assessors do take notes, and you will probably see them do this, so it's nothing to worry about. But everything that assessors write during your LD assessment will be absolutely purely factual. And as I mentioned, they will be using those to rate you against the competencies required for the role you're applying to. Now, it's absolutely an assessor's responsibility to ensure that everyone is treated fairly throughout the process, to ensure consistency and really try and create an inclusive environment for everyone. And finally, assessors absolutely aren't there to trip you up or catch you out, which is really important to remember. They want you to enjoy the experience as best as you can. So try and put the nerves to one side. It's absolutely their job to make you feel comfortable throughout the assessment. So that is just something I would bear in mind if you are going through an Aldi assessment at any point. Now, just a little bit on what we're looking for as assessors, I suppose. So there's a few things and a few qualities and characteristics that Aldi assessors do believe are important to display during the assessment. So just to summarise some of these, one being having a genuine interest and enthusiasm for our business and a career opportunity with us, able to identify key information within the tasks, show that you've got leadership qualities, that you can take control and give direction when necessary without also overpowering others on the group, can listen and understand others' thoughts and value their ideas as well. So that ties in with the point that I've just made earlier about not overpowering, being able to listen to others as well. Can be effective decision makers, but can also drive the group towards a conclusion is really important. And working with others as a whole and being a team player and ensuring that everyone gets their say during that group assessment. Communicating confidently, clearly and professionally, and that goes for both tasks during the group assessment stage, ensuring that you are communicating effectively, clearly and professionally, as I've just said. Okay, so moving on, I've got one more video to show you now, which is from Afonso. Again, someone who has completed our retail management placement and has now progressed on to completing our graduate program as well. So let me just grab that up for you.
Okay, I'm not sure if there was some slight issues, technical issues with that last video clip playing, but the presentation today will absolutely be available via CareerMap on the YouTube channel following today's session. So please feel free to check that out after if you want to recap on any of the videos or anything that Jess and I have covered for you this afternoon. So just to close, I suppose I'd like to take the time really just to say a huge thank you for all joining us on our webinar today. We really hope that it's given you a little bit more insight into Aldi, our placement opportunities, but most importantly, how to go on and apply for our roles. We'd also like to say a massive thank you to CareerMap for working with us to deliver the presentation and for all the support in the background. We really do appreciate it. Just one final call out before I answer the couple of questions that have dropped into the chat is the QR code that will be sitting at the bottom left of your screen. If you scan the QR code, if you have your phones with you now, you are more than welcome to do so. But if you scan the QR code, that will take you to our placement brochure. And again, more importantly, the apply link. So you can go on and apply for the placement opportunities that are currently available with Aldi. So yeah, thank you again. Just want to go through a couple of the questions and answers. There's not that many within the chat, but I will do my best to go through and answer now. So Mohammed, you have asked how to apply. I think I've just covered that one with the QR code. So that's probably the easiest way and the most direct way to get to that quite quickly from today. So if you scan that QR code, follow the link, and that will absolutely take you to the brochure, and obviously the links to apply will be included within there as well. And also, Amir, I know you have popped that you've been applying for different jobs since last year, and you're struggling to get some answers in terms of your application. So obviously we won't go into asking you what role, what region, and kind of go through that on here within the chat forum. But if you log on to your portal account, you should be able to see where your application is up to. But most importantly, you'll be able to reach out to the recruitment team, technical team, and they'll be able to support you with your ongoing application there. And I think that absolutely concludes the questions that have come into the chat box. So again, a massive thank you from myself and Jess for joining us on this afternoon's session. We really do appreciate it. And we really look forward to receiving some applications very soon. So thank you very much and good luck with your application.